I'm always excited to come to BREC. You guys are awesome. I always compare, I'm a member of the Palm Beach REC, and I always compare the two, and I say coming to BREC is like coming to a church service. Because you guys have some church here. Palm Beach is a little stodgy, it's a little different. So anyone from Palm Beach, don't tell anyone else I said that. They know. Alright, real quick, before I get into any of these politics things, there's something very near and dear to my heart that I wanted to make mention. We have on Thursday, the 28th, this Thursday at the Armory Center in West Palm Beach. Please come. It's a vigil for human rights. It's about human trafficking. It is something that is so critically important, and you would be amazed to find out what's going on right under your noses. And what is that? Ricky Bobby? All right, can you hear me now? All right, so that's very important. You know, I can talk about issues, but we kind of all agree on the issues. That's the funky thing about when I ran against Robert Wexler, we talked about issues all the time because we disagreed on, well, every one of them. Now it's a little bit more difficult to talk about issues, so I'd rather not, because we pretty much agree on mostly everything there. You know, this is a job interview, and I'm applying for this job. And the important thing to understand in a job interview is you got to look at the experience the person has in the job that they're seeking to get. You got to look at what they've done in the past. You know, I heard Senator Bob Smith the other day speak at the REC, and he said something. He actually quoted Henry Ford, and Henry Ford said, "People will tell you what they will do. I have shown you what I can do." And that's the difference that we have in this race right here. I'm not asking you to vote for me because I believe in job creation. I have a company with 2,000 employees. I know a little bit about creating some jobs. I worked down at the VA and I created a ton of jobs down there until they got a little irritated with me because I wanted to uncover some of the problems that were there. You know, we could talk about energy creation and the trillion cubic feet of natural gas off our East Coast that we should go after immediately. We can talk about the trillion barrels of oil off our West Coast that we need to go after immediately. We can talk about nuclear energy, and we need to have that going immediately. We need to understand that there's only one place in the world where they manufacture the steel for nuclear power plants, and that's in Japan. We can create jobs here in America by solving our energy crisis and bringing the jobs from Japan back over to here by manufacturing steel for nuclear power plants. We can talk about all of the issues, but the bottom line is who can get the job done. I think I've proven that. You know, when I used to interview people, I used to say to them, well, tell me a little bit about yourself, tell me what you've done for this job, and give me a couple of references. Now, some people in this race will say that the references don't matter, that who's endorsed you doesn't matter. I beg to differ. I'll tell you what, I've gone through some vetting processes that would make you cringe. And we've been endorsed by so many people, I'm honored to say, Congressional Medal of Honors winners. Unbelievable that they would come out and full-throatedly endorse us. Brigadier generals, lieutenant generals, comedians like Jackie Mason, you know, all of these people. Recently, just a couple days ago, I'm honored to say that we received the Republican Majority PAC endorsed us in this race. And, thank you, Daniel. Great job on that. That was a fun vetting process there, too. It took us a long time to get that. But so, you know, I believe that these endorsements are important because it tells you, the voter, that there are other types of people that are willing to back this person and believe in this person after a long and lengthy vetting process. And that's very important. But what's more important is, can that person do that job? You know, recently, there's been a little mudslinging in our race here. I'm not sure if you guys have heard about that. It's been a little crazy. It was actually worse than dealing with Congressman Wexler. In fact, today, I was just cracked on because of my relationship with Charlie Crist, because I met with him right upstairs here to change the date for the special election. And it boggles my mind that was something bad, because there was only one man on this planet that could sign that executive order to change the date of the special election because it fell on the last day of Passover. I recognized it, and with Chip's help, we were able to meet with the governor to get him to change that date. That is people of action. That is getting things done. And that's the type of representative you need. You see, I see Tom Garcia here, and I love you, Tom, because Tom just went down to Haiti. He was one of the first guys down there. And what he did down there, he spent 7 hours in an airport trying to bring home a little girl. That is a man of action. That is someone that we need in Congress, where he's running up against, who real quick?
Suzanne Cosmas.
Suzanne Cosmas. She's got to go, and Tom's your man. And I'm very honored. That's the type of people we need in Congress. And I got to tell you, Robert Lowry, myself, we just came back from Haiti. And I was criticized for that. But I'm not going to change who I am because I'm running for Congress. I've been to all of the hurricanes and 9/11 and everything else. That's the type of action person that we need in office. What you don't understand is mudslinging has got to stop. This election is too important. This place in history where we all are right now is too important. We have an opportunity to keep the momentum going, and like Chip said before, and like Senator Smith actually while he was up here said, we've got to keep the forces united, the grassroots groups united. And there's one candidate that can do that. I have the endorsement of DC Works for Us. We won the straw poll with the Tea Party, where I've been at every single Tea Party and spoken at every single Tea Party. We've won the straw polls on the 912 website. This is what we need. It is too important to try to mudsling and lose the momentum that we built in our country from Virginia to New Jersey to Massachusetts and now to District 19. If we open this door, November, every seat, and as Scott Brown said it, every one of the people's seats will be in play, and we will be able to take back every single one of them, and that is what we need to concentrate on. That is what we need to do. We need to concentrate on the issues. You can't concentrate on the issues now. Go home. Just go home. Because it is too critical and too important. I know I'm closing up here. I can see you getting a little agity on his side there. So, but, and I don't mean to be preaching at you, but I just got to tell you, I've been in this game a little while. This is our moment in history. This is our opportunity to plant the seeds of a representative government today, next Tuesday, April 13th, and in November, so that our children can harvest tomorrow. That is what matters in this election. That is what matters in every election, and it's not about reaching across the aisle. We don't have to do that. We just have to open the door and let them come in, because we've been right the whole time, and we will continue to be right. This is an opportunity that we must not squander. So forget the mudslinging. Come together now as a united Republican Party, as a united grassroots party. Let's understand this is a grassroots revolution 234 years later that is long overdue, and it is our opportunity to take back our country. And you need people who have been out there fighting for you as a warrior the entire time. And I got to tell you, Joe mentioned that meeting with Congressman Wexler. I was at that meeting. I didn't shy away because he said, don't bother coming. I was there. And I got to give a little props out to Elaine, who set up and ran that meeting. And Jessica also, who worked very hard, because we were not going to listen to that. That is the type of leadership that we need in Washington, D.C. We need to understand, as I always say, and I'll close with this, and we've got to prove to the nation, and we've got to prove to the rest of the world that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom. And that our government, our children's government, of the people, by the people, and for the people, shall not perish from this earth. Not on my watch, and I know not on your watch. Thank you very much. Vote for me, and let's bring real representation in Washington, D.C.